Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Tuesday, May 19, 2026. Let's take a look at the Forex economic calendar for today. So what do we have here on the economic calendar? GDP in Japan, as you can see, no data still has been placed here together with the industrial production. We are still waiting for the average earning index and bonus, climate count change and employment change quarter to quarter from the UK, together with the unemployment rate and labor productivity. So very important data are about to be placed here. At 11 o'clock we got trade balance data from the Eurozone. At the 2 o'clock Fed Wellers will give a speech, and ECB Lane will give a speech. Major event of the day, pending home sales, are scheduled for release at 4 o'clock. API weekly crude oil stock data from the US is scheduled for release at 10:30. So two very important data releases, one from Japan, one from the USA. That's everything for the economic calendar for today. Now let's switch to the charts. We start with euro dollar. So what is euro dollar doing? Not much. It might look like the ABC corrective pattern had been completed here yesterday, roughly at the level of 1.1609. Nevertheless, we bounced from the extremely oversold conditions back inside of the supply zone, and then, as you can see, we reversed bearish engulfing pattern after a few hours of trading, and now the market is still trying to move lower. The nearest technical support, intraday technical support, very weak technical support, 1.1609. If this support is violated, momentum is still negative. Next target is the lower channel line. It's roughly around 1.1550. And that's about the situation here with the euro dollar still under the pressure. British pound, the same situation here. We extend the movement to the downside. As you can see, local low 1.33, bounce toward 1.3448, so almost 150 pips, and now reversal after we hit the level of 50 on the RSI. Let me just show you guys this level here. So we got the level of 50, bounce from the extremely oversold conditions, level of 50 hit, and then reversal. So we should see sooner or later a test of the technical support 1.33, which is weak technical support, obviously. So pound under the pressure. Next target roughly around 1.3158. US dollar versus the Japanese yen keeps pushing higher inside of the channel, slowly but surely, despite the fact that we hit the extremely overbought conditions. Next target seems to be the technical resistance at 160.05. Nothing is quite obvious here, but we can see this very nice movement to the upside, supported by the momentum increase. Very steady, step by step reaction for the very sudden, very aggressive sell-off that took place at the beginning of the end of the April, beginning of the May, right? So US dollar versus the Japanese yen, bulls are in charge of the market. Gold bounced from the extremely oversold conditions. Let me just place this low here, 4,479, but the momentum is still negative. We bounced towards 140 points, and the local high was 4,588. We didn't even hit the technical resistance here. This technical resistance is no longer valid, to be honest, and I would place this level here for sure and make it a technical support. There you go. That's what I mean. So this is the technical support, 4,500, 4,400, and 79, obviously. Still, gold is under the pressure. It looks like the dollar is winning across all of the board. Gold under the pressure, euro dollar under the pressure, pound under the pressure, and the euro dollar versus the Japanese yen steadily climbing higher. What is SP500 doing? After the big and nice movement to the downside. Please remember it was minus 2.17. we steady a little bit inside of the tight range. Momentum is still negative, however very close to the level of 90, as the bearish divergence is trying to resolve. As you can see here, biggest correction of the whole movement to the downside, which means that the current situation might be quite difficult for the bulls, because that movement to the downside here might be no longer a part of this up cycle. Yeah, so we might see further movement to the downside. Preferred scenario is in 3 waves, obviously, but it might get more than 3 waves. A, possibly B, possibly C, and that would be the biggest correction for sure. So we are 100% sure that we have the overbalance of price and time. Crude oil 109.44 tested, for now rejected, but with this kind of the momentum we should see prices of the crude oil moving way higher than they are now if this pace continues. Momentum is strong, momentum is positive. I'm trying to grab this rectangle here, but let me just remove it so I can show you the supply zone, right? So this is the rectangle. Once again, rectangle always means supply or demand. In our situation, this is the supply. Okay, let me just position my my lines. So this is very important zone here between those two red lines. Now, you possibly know it already, right? And right now we are about to hit this zone yet again. So right now it looks like this. This is very important supply zone, and that's the zone. Perfectly clear. What can happen next is breakout above this zone here, 109, and then straightforward movement towards 119, 120, and we will see what the market will do then. Obviously, this trend line might be quite interesting because the market keeps reacting on this trend line. So let me just extend it and leave it here. Nevertheless, it looks like the levels are in play these days, not necessarily the trend lines. Nevertheless, they are quite important as well. Let me just move this technical support here to 103.28. It's still nice technical support. We can add two more levels here, so we can place it without any problems. That's the one. So we can even make this zone a little bit tighter, and that's the newest one here. 102.64 is the technical support towards 103.65. Basically 100 pips is here technical support for the crude oil. And last but not least, the Bitcoin is still under the pressure. As we expected, we hit the $76,000. Now the market is trying to move higher. Nevertheless, as far as I can see, the situation with the channel has been resolved a little bit. So the channel, or the bearish flag, and these days we are out of the reach of the supply zone, because we went as low as 76,000 minus 8.21%. That's definitely the biggest correction as far as I can see during this up move, and we have identified this zone here, this supply zone previously, and we've been talking about this situation that might happen. This is very tough zone here for the bulls. Will they try to break higher again? We will see. For now, all we know is that we move lower, minus 8% as we speak here. So the bears are right now in charge of this market. The bulls are trying to bounce from the extremely oversold conditions. So far, no avail. We need to break back in above 79, 80,000 zone towards the supply zone, and then we will see if we ever get there. It looks like the movement to the upside had been completed. This is the biggest correction since the swing high has been made, minus 8.21%. So this is the overbalance of price for sure, and time, because it takes a lot of time to do this kind of a correction. So the question remains now whether we will try again to test the supply zone and then break higher, or this is actually the beginning of the decline? Very, very interesting questions. The market will give us answers, I guess, pretty much soon. For now, we stay below the $78,000 level, inside of the negative zone on the momentum. So bears are in control of the market, waiting for another movement on Bitcoin. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. So take care and bye bye.